That's what you are.
Okay, go. Go.
Okay. All the best to you both, Linda and Keith. Second, and your feet and everything. Okay, that's the way. Brent, or sorry, just look down just a tiny touch with your glasses there. Just okay, you're fine. Okay, that's good. Where's the camera? Looking good. Okay.
Beautiful.
Last one. Last one. Looking here, please. That's my boy. Okay, great. Perfect. Okay.
Everything under control.
Everything's
You know any Blonsky?
Well, he's got a long
There we go.
one there. It's still there.
I heard a story, but probably just to some reason.
Oh, gee.
But I won't do it.
Lady Nosferatu.
Let it go. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay, one more time.
You're good.
Looking good, looking good.
Dance.
Okay. Here, Manny, bring it here. I'll show it to you.
Cool.
Good, there.
Pause for a second, please. We'll do that one more time.
Let's get Shelley and Sam.
Yeah, okay. Okay, all the Kolinskis ready? Okay, feet down, that's a boy, looking good, looking good. I thought you two were holding hands. You're doing something new. That's, no, it's okay.
Camera, I guess.
Yes, this one goes inside like this. Two buttons to do that one goes first. And this one goes down.
Can't you capitalize on the peekaboo? Do that.
Okay. One more time. Looking at him. Go. Anything to get you. Festers. Hannah. Up there, please.
By Hannah, you speak Hebrew too.
Come down, please. Okay. Right where they need to be. All right, this is good. How do you want to start? Because we're going to start the menu. Look at your brother, look at your brother, look at your link. Okay, good. Okay.
Is this not?
That's a good one. What time is it? What time is it?
2 minutes?
Another 300 weddings, I'll get it right. Okay, looking good. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, and look what he's doing.
There, that's nice, that's nice.
Look at him. He's a clown.
What's he doing?
He's a clown.
Tara, get back up. Back up here.
Oh, nice, Tara.
Okay.
Keith, you want to do something useful? That's fine. Okay, you're looking good. Okay, just let your hands down, Darren. Just let your hands.
Tee. Tee.
Eyebrows.
Get that. Get that.
Tara.
Forget it. There's other people.
Tara. And Brent.
He won't.
Beside my little sweetie.
How do you want this?
Put one foot up.
1 foot up here? Like that?
That's right, Keith.
Oh, really? Quarter to 7.
Keith, bring your hand down. Just stand up.
What about these hands?
You ready?
Wait a second.
Are you actually going to lift them up?
I'm on my knee. I don't want to be on my knee, do I? I want to lift them up.
Well, I'm going to be putting my full weight on you guys.
Excellent. Lift them up. You gotta get over that. Well, get them under down there.
You have to let go of your legs.
Okay. Should I go up? Let me stand up.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well done.
Okay.
Why didn't it go?
Sure, I can see.
Why didn't it go, Keith?
Okay, next. The big blinkers. Look in here.
See? Oi, babe.
Okay. Tee.
Okay, Keith. Ready?
Both of us?
Blink. I blink.
I'm not Tom Archie. You don't have to be afraid of me. Stop blinking. Okay, look at Keith's earring. Is it clean? Good.
Behind you?
Okay.
How about your classic?
That's right. There you go. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, look off that way. Look at his father. Look at his father.
Where's my button here?
Okay, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Vanessa.
Oops.
Where's Dad? Where's Raymond?
Vanessa, you look so pretty.
Dad, go get Raymond. Could you go and get the bag? Yes, Michelle. Pardon me?
You're in there.
3 of them or so.
Cantor Cohen.
Okay, great.
You all look official.
Everyone seems so calm. Isn't that
Sasha, come here.
Don't worry.
we'll get nervous.
Mom does that. Mom does that. I can't do that.
I'll allow you.
I can't tell you the last time I won. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just
It's happening fast. It's happening fast, as you said.
all right. Such a pleasure to see you all. We are going to start by signing marriage license and the registry for the synagogue, and then after that we'll go to the important things. We'll go to the ketubah. Very pretty. Oh, excellent. Great. So, you sit down. You can sign right by the X.
Me first?
You can put your X right next to the X.
I have to tell you that I'm so much in the present these days. I have no past and I have no future.
This is good. That sounds very Rosenzweigian.
What it is insane.
Or is it very Kafkaesque?
It's very busy.
Very good.
All right, now we need 2 witnesses who just witnessed this. Who watched? Who's
Dad, were
watching?
you watching? Can you come?
Dad?
And my dad?
Right, dads and dads. Okay,
Can you witness mine, please?
so print your name over here. I mean, sign your name, and underneath it, print it with your address.
No,
Yeah.
sign there.
Sign, I'm sorry. Don't want to confuse you. Print it here. Where's the line?
Your address.
Yeah.
Come around this side.
Woman here? Whoa, whoa, it is hot.
It's hot in here.
Very good. One more, Dad.
Where's Basil?
I like that signature, that's good.
So this is the room that the bride and groom are going to retire into after the
That's right, this is the
It's
equal
the
group.
sauna.
This is the sauna.
Can we get the 18 turned down some?
But have to take the pen. Thank you, sir. I will sign it. Great. And don't leave anyone. Synagogue has a registry of everyone who's been married in the synagogue since 1889.
Oh.
So now you are joining that registry. This book only goes back to 1984 or 1985, but you can find all your friends who've been married here since then are in this book.
We'll be standing long enough.
So, groom, you sign over here.
I'm signing where?
Over here.
Right here.
Yeah.
I'd say, they look like angels even, don't
Great.
they? So far, so good.
Want a drink? We can manage that, I think.
Tasha, come here, sweetie.
We'll get you a drink.
Tasha, come, sweetie. Go for a drink.
Right. Now I need the witnesses to sign again. Right here.
Sign.
Yeah, right here.
So you're having a good year so far?
Your address underneath it?
Here?
Yeah. Excellent. Dad, we need you over here. Great. Now I'm going to turn it over to Rabbi Green for the important part, signing of the ketubah. So Rabbi Green.
Well, I'll need your assistance on that too.
Okay. What a beautiful ketubah, the conservative ketubah.
Yeah, they really
They've improved
yeah, they
since Robin and I were married. Robin and I were married was the first one made in 1979. This is definitely a interesting.
yeah, it's lovely. And
Yeah.
United Synagogue. Does anybody have a spare handkerchief?
Well, I use a pen usually, but
How about Kleenex?
No.
that's all right. And run and get a talus.
Actually, I can just use my keypad here.
All right.
So maybe we could do this on our feet here. Me and Keith. You could have stayed seated.
I
but-
know, but it's better
Well,
for
you
the
do it with
pictures.
lemon.
This is what we call Kabbalat Kinyan. Kabbalat Kinyan literally means acquiring ownership, and this is how one acquires ownership of a contract in Judaism.
It's not of a bride, it's of a contract. It's different.
Oh, okay.
Right?
This is the contract. And so, by taking hold of one end of this yarmulke and giving it a little tug with me, you assume ownership of this contract, and you therefore become responsible for all the conditions that are there.
Are you fully aware of all the tenets and conditions and the sub-clauses and
Read
the
it first.
small print? Did you read it yet?
Luckily, it's in Aramaic.
I've read it.
Good luck with that.
He's read it. Excellent.
And what validates this marriage contract, and this, by the way, is one of the three ways in which one can be married in Judaism. So after we sign this contract, it really will be valid and binding and real that you two are married. But we'll do more to strengthen the bond.
We'll do the other two guys.
So to sign the contract, I believe Rabbi Meyerowitz and I have been given that honor.
Well, I'll let the Chazan Cohen stand in.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Absolutely.
And also there's space here for the Chatan, the Kala, and the rabbi. A couple spaces for the rabbis. So, Keith, why don't you sign where it says Chatan, right on this line here. That would be English. And Linda?
Raymond, back up.
I'm going to sign the next line here.
All right.
Okay, just look at me.
And we have a couple more spaces here.
Take the pen again.
He's done this a lot.
Okay, Linda, could you just hold the pen for us again? Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
And,
sign the Hebrew part?
Yeah.
yes, go ahead.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
So far you guys are doing really good.
Yeshikah. Mazel tov. Great, now sit. Sit. We need you seated. Mazel tov, everyone. Yes, absolutely. Now, you know, there's a story in the Bible, in fact in the Torah, that we're going to read next week about a very unscrupulous father-in-law who had two daughters, and
Both applying
how do you
so
like
far.
this? And he said he had such a wonderful son-in-law, future son-in-law, that he felt that it was imperative that he have both daughters marry the same gentleman. So he traded one daughter for the other under the chuppah. This was before Judaism, but they used this sort of chuppah under heavy veil. And when Yaakov discovered it, it was too late. He had already married Leah, and so a short while after that, he had to marry his second wife, Rachel. And Yaakov was as limited in means this way, and just felt that he couldn't handle having two wives at the same time, at least at this point in his career. So what we want to do, what we want to do is make sure, and this is called Bedek, and we want to make sure that you are both marrying the person who you have chosen to marry. Now, this is not the wrong one, so take a good look. This is the final escape clause. What do you think? What do you think, Keith? What do you think, Linda? This the right guy? It is, huh? Keith, the right one? All right, very good. Very good. So you know what I need? I need the parents to come on up and lift the veil up. Over.
Move in.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, absolutely. To ask all four parents to put your hands on your daughters and sons' shoulders or kepi, and we'll do Birkat Kohanim and a blessing.
You mean you want one hand on each shoulder?
Yeah, why not? I'll sneak it there too. Okay. Achoteno at Yehila Alfei Revava Yismech Elohim Kesaref Karacha V'Leia Yivarech Adonai Tishmorecha Yair Adonai Panav Elecha V'Kunecha Yisad Adonai Panav Elecha V'Yasamecha Shalom. May the Lord make you prosperous. May the Lord give you a chance to be fruitful and multiply. May the Lord fill your life with challenge and hope and love and a great sense of family and purpose. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen.
Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov.
We're ready to go into the chuppah. Are you?
Some air.
I think everyone needs to get out of this room before it ends.
Do you get a glass of water?
Yes. I'm sure.
Do you get a glass of my parents scream me out. Yes, my brother would have these.
קדיר על הכל, מברוך על הכל, מגדול על הכל, הוא יברך החתן והכלה.
In happiness and joy, we thank God for his blessing of love, which we celebrate today, formally consecrating the love of Linda and Keith for each other. May they always rejoice in their love, graced by delight through their mutual affection. Lord our God, source of all blessing, fulfill every worthy wish of their hearts. Open their eyes to the beauty and the mystery of the love they hold for each other every day as today. May their life together embrace and nurture the promise of this moment, so that all who will know them will call them truly blessed. Let us all say, Amen. My dear Linda, Keith, your parents and friends who are here, the very, very first act of marriage is called Erusin. And in rabbinic tradition, it was an opportunity to celebrate the great miracle that you two have found each other. That of all the souls in the universe, you two have clung to each other. In discovering your love, and discovering your affection, and discovering your searchings for God, the two of you come together and attempts to hope to build something lasting and loving, and to create something everlasting, to teach children this wonderful tradition of ours, and to receive Torah in your family and in your lives and the life of your children. So we celebrate Erusin, betrothal, as a way of saying that this is a great miracle. That this miracle, according to our rabbis, is as great as the greatest miracle of all, the splitting of the Red Sea. And it's as powerful and overwhelming and should fill us with a sense of awe and an amazement for the wonders and opportunities of life.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher kirshenu mitzotav v'tzivanu al harayot, v'yasa lanu arusot, v'hitil lanu nisuot, lanu al yidei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh amo Yisrael al yidei chuppah v'kiddushin.
Keith, have some. Lift up the veil, please, and leave it up. And give some to Linda. Finish the couplet. Veil stays up. The actual act of marriage is the passing of the ring. Now really, you don't say to each other that you've become married to me, but a much more important, more powerful understanding of marriage and its potential in the Jewish tradition says that you have become holy to each other, that through your marriage you discover God. Through your marriage you discover a deeper level of meaning, a deeper level of existence, much greater than just superficial physical existence, but our spiritual longings, our longings to build something which is beyond anything that we could ever comprehend. So Keith, you'll take the ring, put it on Linda's right forefinger, and we'll say these words, Hare,
Hare,
At,
At,
Mikudeshet,
Mikudeshet,
say the word Li,
Li,
Ta'abat,
Ta'abat,
Zo,
Zo,
Kedat,
Kedat,
Moshe,
Moshe,
Yisrael.
Yisrael.
He said, this ring, Linda, you've become holy to me, according to the traditions of Moses and the Jewish people. And Linda, you're always reminded of that commitment, of a search for holiness in everyday life, in every moment of life, when you make each other more important than anything else in the world. And I know, Linda, you want to return a different ring back to Keith, and this goes on any finger that it fits. And you'll use the words from the Song of Song, Ani, Lidodi, Lidodi, Li. And it means, I am my beloved, and he is mine in love and tenderness and our hopes for the future. A few moments ago, we signed the ketubah, and it is my great pleasure to turn over this part of our service to Rabbi Alan Green.
The ketubah being the Jewish wedding contract, actually the ketubah is an Aramaic text about 2,000 years old. And customarily the ketubah is read out in Aramaic. However, since no one knows Aramaic anymore except for some people in Kurdistan, I think that it might be more appropriate to read the contents in summary fashion in English. And this is the sum of the content of the ketubah. May God's blessings of love and companionship be granted to this Chatan, Keith, son of Jack and Yetta, and may God's blessings of joy and gladness be extended to this Kala, Linda, daughter of William and Marion, as they stand together under this chuppah at Shaarei Tzedek Synagogue in Winnipeg, Manitoba, on November 21st, 1998, which corresponds to the 3rd of Kislev in the Jewish year 5759. Signed by the groom and the bride and the rabbis and the cantor. And also, the ketubah goes on to say, embraced by the love which has brought them together, the Chatan declares to the Kala before this gathering of family and friends, Harei at mikudeshet li betaba'at zu kedat Moshe Yisrael. Take this ring as a sign of your consecration to me, for by it we are joined to each other according to the laws and traditions of Moses and of the Jewish people, from this sacred moment and throughout our lives with devotion and affection. The Kala, affirming that love, willingly accepts the ring and declares to the Chatan, Ani lidodi v'dodi li, I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. I, a woman, you a man, each of us created in God's image, each of us unique and of infinite worth, now through our shared hopes and promises are joyfully, equally joined together as one. This ketubah, prepared, signed, and witnessed this day for this Chatan and this Kala, confirms the validity of the covenant binding them as husband and wife in the presence of the community and before God. I would like to now present the ketubah to you, Keith, and you should now present the ketubah to Linda, since this is actually her property, and it guarantees both of your rights in this relationship, hopefully for the rest of your lives together. And the Baal Shem Tov had a word of advice about the ketubah. He felt that any time that a couple runs into any kind of difficulty in the relationship, all they have to do is refer to the ketubah, because the ketubah contains the whole essence of what a proper relationship is all about. It's also a very beautiful reminder of this wonderful, special moment that you're sharing under this chuppah tonight. And so hopefully you'll have that ketubah ready at hand at all times. It's suitable for framing, and you may want to show it around after we're done up here. I also have a few words that I'd like to give you tonight. I'd like to draw your attention to the statement from the Zohar, the great source book of Jewish mysticism, which says, each soul and spirit prior to its entering into this world consists of a male half and a female half, united into one being. And when it comes time for the soul to descend into this world, the two halves separate and give life to two different bodies. And then at the time of marriage, the Holy One of Being, who knows all souls and spirits, unites them as they were before in heaven. They again constitute one body and one soul, forming, as it were, the right and left halves of a single individual. This is perhaps the reason why we experience something truly special and almost supernatural when we witness the union of a man and woman in marriage. Because when two souls meet and fall in love, there's often a flash of recognition, a kind of remembrance on the soul level of a truth which had been consciously known at one time, but which was forgotten. Thus we are reminded of the true depths of our hearts and our souls. And the rabbis tell another story about marriage. About 1800 years ago, a Roman noblewoman asked Rabbi Yossi the following great question. What has your God been doing since the 6 days of creation, she asked. Rabbi Yossi replied, well, we feel that he's been making matches, decreeing that this woman should marry that man, and so forth. The noblewoman said, is that so? Well, I believe that I can do exactly the same thing. I own slaves, and I can marry them off one to another in an instant. Rabbi Yossi replied, to God, making a match is as challenging as splitting the Red Sea. So the noblewoman brought 1,000 male and female slaves and lined them up and married them off to each other in a single night. However, When morning arrived, one came with a fractured skull, and the other was missing an eye. One had a broken arm, and the other a fractured leg. One said, "I can't be married to this one." And the other said, "And I don't want to be married to that one." At once the noblewoman sent for Rabbi Yossi. "My teacher," she said, "your Torah is true, and you have spoken well. Blessed be God, who causes bridegrooms and brides to rejoice together in marriage." Keith and Linda, I tell you these stories for a reason. I don't believe that you met by accident. I don't believe that any couple standing under a chuppah ever does. And the step that you're taking tonight also has a great purpose. If we look around the world, we see an enterprise which stands in need of repair. The world is filled with greed and corruption and cynicism and cruelty of all kinds. And so you might ask, who's responsible for this mess? How did the world get this way? And the answer is, we're responsible. We did it. And we continue doing it on a daily basis. Ordinary people like us, going back to the dawn of time. We've seen that we can destroy the world if we choose, but we can also perfect the world. Tonight, Keith and Linda, God is placing into your hands an instrument powerful enough to heal and repair the entire world. That instrument is love, experienced in the context of marriage and Jewish family life. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. According to the rabbis, God created marriage so that Adam and Eve might dwell together in paradise forever. So, history tells us that we lost paradise. But paradise only got lost so that we could regain and reclaim it as our own. And so by perfecting the love between you, by clearing the obstacles to intimacy and communication between you, you can again become one with one another as you were in heaven before you both descended into this world. This process of recreating the primordial oneness between separate souls actually causes heaven to descend and dwell on earth. And so I want to bless you with the blessing of that unity that Adam and Eve enjoyed together in paradise. May you successfully establish your own little paradise of love and harmony and perfection in your marriage, in your home, and in your family life. And I also want to bless you that that little paradise should grow and should extend to include your families, your community, your nation, ultimately the entire world. It all begins with you and the intensity of love that you can manifest in your relationship and in the world. And therefore I urge you to resolve always to be in love, to live in unity, and to work on yourselves so that you may become blessings to each other, to your families, to your people, and to the world around you. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Rabbi Green, for those beautiful words. Linda and Keith, the second part of the wedding ceremony is called Sheva Brachot, the Seven Blessings. And in it, we celebrate the creation of the world, the creation of the Garden of Eden. Our tradition looks at the two of you like Adam and Eve, with the whole world filled with opportunity in front of you, waiting for you to protect, waiting for you to love, to enjoy it, to take advantage of it, and to share in it, and to protect it and make sure it's there for the next generation, to make sure that it's prosperous, to make sure that it's filled with the challenge of love and the hopes of love. And this moment is considered by our tradition a moment in which we're celebrating not just here in Winnipeg, but the entire Jewish people around the world, especially in Jerusalem, will be singing and dancing with us and sharing this great moment of hope and anticipation for the future. Sheva Brachot.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shakol bara lichvado אשר יצר האדם בצלמו, בצלם דמות תבניתו, והתקין לו ממנו בניין עד עד, ברוך אתה אדוני יוצר האדם. שוש תסיס ותגר העקרה, בקיבוץ בנתך בשמחה, ברוך אתה אדוני משמח ציון בבניו. שמח תשמח רעים אהובים, תשמחך יצירך בגן עדן מקדם, ברוך אתה אדוני משמח חתן וכלה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר ברא ששון ושמחה, חתן וכלה, גילה רינה דיצה וחדווה, אהבה ואחווה ושלום ורעות. מהרה אדוני אלוהינו ישמע ברעיונה, ובחוצות ירושלים כל ששון וכל שמחה, כל חתן וכל כלה, כל מצלו חתנים מחובתם ונערים ממשתה נגינתם. ברוך אתה אדוני משמח חתן עם הכלה.
You have some and then give some to your wife. Their happiness, their maturation is really what our lives are all about. And so I want to give you a lesson now on what to do every Friday night. You put your hands on their cute little kepis, and we give them the blessing, Yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha bikunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha, Vayasem lecha shalom. May God always be there with you. May you join together and form a beautiful, loving family in which you feel each other's support, where you feel the beauty of the Jewish tradition and the beauty of love and family and everyone who means so much for you, and a great sense of the potential and wonder of the future. Amen. And now, Keith, there's one thing left, and you're officially married, and that is breaking the glass. So just the way you practiced it with Rabbi Green, you use your right foot and you step on it, and everybody, you're invited to sing out Mazel Tov and Siman Tov once that glass is broken. Go for it. Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. Siman Tov, and Mazel Tov.
Anyway, the girls look great.
It's a Polaroid, it doesn't count for anything. Okay.
Okay, paranoid's done.
Yeah,
Party's going on without us.
Proof.
Bear Ray.
proof. Proof. Well, you gave me no time for photographs. That's a girl. Looking good. Okay.
Blink. Okay, get that paranoid out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Let's-
okay. Wasn't good. Okay. All right.
Okay, we're out of here.
You want to be gone? That's it?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
we got
great.
lots of the two of you. Keith, take that light stand down, okay?
Linda and Keith Levitt.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can kind of take your seats, dinner will be starting shortly. Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen.
Harry, please.
Am white sea lechem mean horse.
feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Lovely, with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft, there is nothing for me but to love you just the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my feet apart. And that light wrinkles, you know, touches my foolish heart. For your lovely never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight.
Won't allow me to make a speech, so I won't. But I'm here to introduce a couple people that will make a speech. First, I would like to call up Keith's father, Mr. Jack Levitt, to give a toast to the groom.
Rabbis and out-of-town guests and relatives and friends. The first thing I have to do, and I'm very sorry to do this, is to tell all those people that were supposed to make speeches that their speeches are canceled. Except one. That would be Keith and myself. Saturday night, it's 10 o'clock, and normally at a Jewish wedding, you get an hour, 2, sometimes 3 of speeches. So 10 o'clock and 3 hours is 1 o'clock, and that's when we have to get out of here. So the bride and groom decided that there would be no speeches, and I'm sure you're very unhappy to hear that. As you can see, having a developer, photographer, interior designer is a lethal combination. Look around the room. Have you ever seen a room as beautiful as this? And the invitations, all made with love. Photographs in every one of them. Place cards. Photographs in every place card. The walls, both sides. Albums. I don't know why you engaged a photographer at all, Keith. You had it all done before the wedding. Just wanted to say that how fortunate Yed and I are that our entire family live in Winnipeg. And with that, we have many Friday night dinners at our home. We light the Shabbos candles. The grandchildren participate. Now Linda and your two daughters will join us. We're very happy to have you. We're a very close family. A great deal of love for each other and for our parents, Oliver Shalom, whom we feel are with us tonight. For those that don't understand what Oliver Shalom means, ask somebody that's Jewish nearby. Keith joined my company, Lakeview Development, 15 years ago. He's now the president of the company. I started with my father 50 years ago. And I certainly hope that Keith will continue the tradition and bring family members into the family business. It'd be wonderful to create a dynasty, wouldn't it, Keith? I guess I don't have to tell you that Keith is a wonderful photographer. It's quite obvious. But he has taken some very exciting, adventurous trips. He's gone to such places as Tibet, China, Nepal, Egypt, and the Mediterranean. He's been on an African safari. He's climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. Although one of the girls that was with him made it to the top, he didn't. They got high enough to take good pictures anyway. He went to Churchill. He took pictures of polar bears. When the province of Manitoba was looking for a gift for Prince Charles, when he visited Winnipeg, they saw one of Keith's photographs, and they chose one to be presented to the prince. I had a call to my office, and they told me about it, and they said they wanted Keith to make the presentation. I said, well, Keith's in France. Well, can you get him back? So I called him, and he came back the next day, and he made the presentation to the prince. And I think the prince told Keith that the photograph would be in a very important place. It wasn't in the washroom, was it, Keith? Anyway, a very important place in, I guess, one of the palaces. Keith has had showings of his photography at the Legislative Building, the Centennial Concert Hall, Manitoba Theatre Centre. He doesn't make a living from this, by the way. He doesn't care whether he sells a photograph or not. He just wants everybody to enjoy his work. He's also a computer expert. He's developed his own websites. And if you have a computer, if you're connected to the internet, ask him for his website, and you'll really enjoy his photography on the website. You'll be in for a photographic adventure. He's connected our television set at home to the internet. I don't get involved in computers. There's plenty of people working at Lakeview that know computers, and my grandson is an expert, and my two sons-in-law are experts, and Keith's an expert, so why would I want to bother? But in the meantime, he connected our television to the internet. And the next thing we knew, he was sending photographs via email to us. He'd say, "Dad, check your email." And I would. All of a sudden, there was a photograph of maybe Keith when he was 5 or 6 years old, and Yed and I when we were just getting married. And he brought back such wonderful memories. And we have a large TV, so you can imagine having these beautiful memories on a large format TV set. Keep sending them, Keith. We just absolutely love them. Keith has recently renovated his home. It's a Victorian-style home on Cambridge Avenue. And I was at his home the other day and saw quite a few pictures on the wall. And I said, "God, Keith, you must have about 20 pictures on the wall." He said, "86, Dad." So, if you could talk Linda into inviting you over for coffee, you'll have a great time looking at all of his photographs. Keith and Linda will be going on a cruise. They're leaving tomorrow. They're starting in Tahiti. And after the cruise, they'll be going to Israel. I'm sure, Linda, that you'll really love Israel. And I'm sure that you really want to see what it's all about. It's a real experience. So I'd like to have you all stand, and I'd like to make a toast to Keith. Have a great honeymoon. Have health and have happiness. Toast to you. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Now Keith has a few words to say. Thank you.
Well, now I would like to make the toast to the bride, my bride. I love the sound of that. Linda, my bride, my wife. My heart is full of joy. This is the happiest day of my life, and no wonder. Please, everyone, look at my bride. My beautiful bride, my radiant bride. How could I help but feel that I'm the most fortunate man on earth? To have found a woman so warm, loving, giving, intelligent, and talented as Linda was a miracle. God was watching over me. It may have taken me longer than most to have found the perfect match, but Mom, Dad, I did. I finally have. You know, I've been waiting for this night for a long time. I really would like everyone to understand how truly wonderful Linda is, and how special our relationship is. But first, I must express my love, devotion, appreciation to my mom and dad and my family. The importance of family is paramount in my life. I have become the person I am today largely because of my family. Where do I begin to describe the basic qualities of my mom and my dad? Their love, understanding, guidance, and generosity have no bounds. Mom and Dad, I love you so much. Mom, you are, without a doubt, the nicest person that God has put on this earth. Everyone knows you. Everyone that knows you, Mom, will agree. The greatest compliment that I have received was, Keith, you take after your mother. Mom, you have taught me the meaning of Menschlichkeit, of compassion for others, of selflessness, of kindness. Everything good in mankind can be found in you, Mom. I am so proud to say that you are my mother. Whenever I need someone to talk to, some advice or support, I can always count on you, Mom. And Dad, you are my rock. Isn't it wonderful how you and I can talk about almost any subject? I could confide in you and seek advice about very personal matters. And working with you, what a pleasure. It has been 15.5 years. I have in you the best mentor a person can want in business. You continually amaze me with your analytical abilities and business acumen. All your successes are so deserving. But Dad, I respect and admire you for much more than your talents in business. Throughout your business life, you have never forgotten our family. Your priorities have always been family. You always had time for us. You instilled in all of us a love of travel. At least once a year, we traveled as a family to not only the usual holiday destination, but to less common places including Israel, South America, Australia, and New Zealand. Dad, it was also you that started my passion for photography. I remember the day you showed me all your old cameras and let me have my pick. Mom and Dad, Linda and I want to thank you for everything you have done leading up to this great day. It would have been so much more difficult without your help. And my sisters, Diane and Shelley, well, what can I say? Me, the youngest, the only brother, what I'd like to say is thank you. Both of you have been wonderful. Your support has meant so much to me. Time and time again, it becomes crystal clear that we are real friends, and that we can count on each other no matter what. The three of us has gone through so much together. We've experienced life to the fullest together. We take pride and pleasure in each other's accomplishments. And Diane and Shelley, you are always there to give me a helping hand or advice when needed. And to the rest of my family, Shelley's husband, my brother-in-law Phil, and kids, Brent and Tara. Tara was one of our adorable flower girls, and Diane, husband. my brother-in-law Raymond, and son Darren. Darren was a ring bearer. Darren, you and Tara Sesteda did such a good job this evening. We're proud of you. Don't we have such a great family? So supportive, so loving, so giving. It is a delight to see how you have all accepted Linda with such open arms into our family and have developed a bonding and everlasting kinship and friendship with her in a relatively short time. And to the Hansons, it really has been wonderful getting to know you over the past year, the beginning of a lifelong relationship. You have supported Linda and I from the very beginning. You both do so much for us. We will always appreciate your kindness and generosity and never take for granted all that you do. And I must personally thank you for raising such a wonderful daughter. Linda, you take after your mom, and that too is a real compliment. Ingrid, Linda's sister, and her son Griffin flew in from Victoria to celebrate with us today. We are so happy that they are here with us today. In the brief visit I had with Ingrid and Victoria last summer, and the numerous telephone conversations we've had, what can I say? I like her. She actually is great. She had taken a keen interest in Linda and I right from the start. And Griffin, he was already calling me uncle at the lake this summer before the word was out. And now, I would like to say a few words about the two sweetest little girls, Vanessa and Tasha. Where's Tasha? Oh, there you are. How much joy both of you have brought into my life already. In only a short period of time, we have developed a bond which generally takes a lifetime. You are both such sweet girls, such good girls, and so kind-hearted. The love I see in your eyes when you look at me makes my heart sing and puts tears of happiness into my eyes. You both have been so good to me and your mother. You have accepted your new family with open hearts. I promise both of you, Vanessa and Natasha, that you will be cared for, nurtured, and so much loved within your new family. I look forward to it. Thank you for being the cutest little flower girls ever. The last few weeks have been hectic but wonderful for Linda and I. We have had many functions to celebrate our marriage. Thank you to everyone who is involved in arranging these simchas. Linda's aunt made a bridal shower for Linda. Linda's parents held a dinner for friends and family. My mom and dad had a family get-together at their house to celebrate Linda's conversion. We had a beautiful oifruf at the Beth Israel Synagogue, after which my mother hosted a lunch for 120 people. My best man, Ian, threw a gentleman's party for me. Gentlemen. My aunts made a beautiful luncheon as well, and my sisters arranged for an after-rehearsal get-together. And finally, last night, my mother put on a wonderful dinner for all out-of-town guests. What a memorable time Linda and I had. Once again, thanks so much. All those who are close and important to Linda and I, our families, relatives, and friends, are here to celebrate our simcha with us. Thank you so much for helping to make this day the most memorable day of our lives. Special thanks to all of you from out of town who have traveled so far to be with us today. Your effort to be here today is very appreciated by Linda and I. One of the most difficult times in a person's life, and personally, one of the saddest times in my life, has been when some of my closest and dearest friends chose to leave our city and establish themselves elsewhere. Of course, I'm happy that they have succeeded in their new homes, but my personal loss has been a difficult one for me. I want to single out a few of my closest friends who have traveled a great distance to be here today to celebrate our symphony. Joey Dimmerman from Toronto. Mark Bennett from Newport Beach. Paul Mateka, who came all the way from the Czech Republic. I want each of you to know how much I miss that you no longer live in our city. You are my best friends, and I wish you didn't have to leave. But the three of you being here today is so important to me. I appreciate you guys so much for coming. I would also like to express Linda and my appreciation to our other dear friends who came from out of town. Bruce Inch and Cindy Bishop from Edmonton, Wendy Wannock from Newport Beach, California, Maria Wack-Litton and Rob Syme from Saskatoon, Chuck Blanaroo from Nanaimo, Blanka Sladovica, who came with Paul from the Czech Republic, Linda's sisters Ingrid, of course, who came with her son Griffin from Victoria, Linda's close friends Verna Lease and from Calgary, and Anne Judith Kessinger from Boston. My brother-in-law Raymond's mother, Doris Hall, and his brother Ron Hall from Vancouver. Linda's Aunt Gail from Minneapolis. And friend of the family, Maya Turner, also from Vancouver. Thanks again to all of you. And to the rabbis, Rabbi Meyerowitz and Rabbi Green, you have both helped so much preparing for this day. You went out of your way to ensure every detail was taken care of. Your spiritual guidance and support will not be forgotten. And Rabbi Green, Linda and I feel a special bond for you. The time we have spent studying with you will be cherished forever. I feel my Yiddishkeit has been brought to a higher level, and Linda's understanding and appreciation of her new faith is so fantastic because of you. We look forward to continuing our studies with you. And I have to say how proud I am of Linda, who was so diligent and sincere about her Judaic studies. Linda, you took hold of these new ideas with all your heart, mind, and soul, and made them a part of your inner self. I admire and respect your ability to understand and absorb even the most complex of issues. Being by your side, discussing with the rabbi, a multitude of Jewish subjects was a real joy for me. And now a few words about my wonderful bride, Linda. Linda, will you please join me up at the podium? Linda and I met about 1.5 years ago. Although it seems as though we've known each other for all our lives, destiny must have brought us together. And this is how we met. Linda was hired during the construction of the Asper Jewish Community Center to design the Jewish Museum, which was to be located at the Jewish campus. Several months later, I showed up as photographs which I had taken in Poland during the March of the Living were to be exhibited in the Holocaust Education Center at the museum, and Linda was asked to assist me. A few months later, we began our courtship. It didn't take very long until Linda and I realized how much we had in common. Our love of travel, adventure, the outdoors, the arts. But more importantly, we shared the same values. Our relationship had a solid base on which to grow, and indeed it did grow. We quickly developed mutual respect, honesty, and trust for each other. And of course, we fell madly in love. Linda and I have already shared so much of life together. We have traveled extensively this past year to the Rocky Mountains, to Wyoming, to Arizona, to the Maritime Provinces, to British Columbia. We rode our motorcycle to the West Coast, from Victoria, our motorcycle, from Victoria to San Francisco. Also, we have had such wonderful family times together. Linda, not only are you a loving, caring, and giving person, but you have many talents. Linda is a well-respected commercial interior designer. She runs her own design company. Linda has designed countless offices and commercial buildings and some residences throughout the city. Her work has been published in several publications, including Canadian Interior magazines and the Globe and Mail. Linda designed 2 major TV studios for MTN Broadcasting in Edmonton and Calgary, and is designing the conversion of the steam plant at the Forks to MTN's new studio in Winnipeg. How can I share with all of you how wonderful my life has been since I met Linda? For what we have is so special and rare. Linda, it was only 4 months ago, on a gorgeous, clear night in the Lake of the Woods, when we anchored our boat in a peaceful bay to watch the setting sun. It was there when I presented you with our engagement album and I asked you to be my wife. Together with the photographs, I had written a few words to try to express my feelings for you. Although my feelings tonight go far beyond these words, I want to read you parts of it again tonight. Linda, this is the most important day of my life. Today, I will ask the woman with whom I've chosen to spend the rest of my life to be my wife. I can't describe the emotions this question brings in me. Feelings of overwhelming love, security, contentment, connection, happiness, calm, excitement. I have found my soulmate in you, and what a wonderful discovery. I'm amazed over and over again how much we connect, how we share similar thoughts, feelings, values, dreams, and desires. I've found this respect and admiration for you, and a life of contentment and happiness, travel and adventure, love and romance, family. We share a common dream. I've held this dream intact and alone for many years. Now, and only now, can it be realized. Only you and I can accomplish our dream together as one. I love you, Linda. My love for you is so real, everlasting, honest. I love how you love me and care for me. I love how you are so considerate to others. I love your love of life, your optimism. I love your intelligence, your talent. I love your smile. We are so lucky. Someone is watching over us. We deserve it. We are able to find secluded places for only you and I to share. Magnificent places, breathtaking places. The feeling I have sitting with you and looking out at this beauty is a feeling that is so meaningful to me. For one, in which I strive. Sharing this feeling with you makes it so much better. You have opened yourself to my faith and culture with such interest and sincerity. This I appreciate so much, and I hope you will be rewarded by your choice. I love your creativity. You understand my photography. You understand me. You have brought my photography to new heights. You understand my passion and continually motivate me in my efforts. When we hold each other and feel as one person, one heart beating, one soul, it is the most wonderful feeling that I have ever experienced. Every night as we say goodnight, I look forward to being with you the next day. Now I look forward to so much. To sharing my life with you, raising our family. Linda, from my very soul, will you marry me?
And my answer was yes.
I would now ask all of you to rise and lift your glasses for l'chaim to the bride. To the bride, my love. Thank you, everybody. Now, after you drink, we are going to have a really good time, and the music is going to start, and we are going to party throughout the entire night. So enjoy yourselves. Thanks again.
We'd like to invite the bride and groom up for the first waltz. We'd like to have the parents join the bride and groom.
Unforgettable. That's what you are.
Unforgettable, near or far,
Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never as someone with more.
I'd like to invite the immediate family to join in. dance floor.
What you are.